The name of the game that we developed is Activation Grab Your Go Bag. A lot like some of the games you played as a child. There's many different items involved. You've got go bags, which each player gets a go bag. And to complete the game, you have to get all 9 items that go in the go bag. The items are, each player gets each team gets a game piece to be able to move along the board. There's several different cards. The first one is the hazard card, which has different things that you may run across while you're on your activation that may happen. Then you have the knowledge cards, which has questions about possible buildings and structures that you may have to assess. Then you have the preparedness cards, which are questions about things that you may need on your activation, or the way you may dress or anything. Then you have the picture cards, which have pictures of different structures. Some of them have questions that go along with the cards that you may have to assess. Each team gets 2 different cards, voting cards. One of them, if they agree with everything that's said, they give them this card. If there's a disagreement on it, they give this card. To win the round and get a game piece, you have to have all go cards. You also get a cheat sheet and a street sheet to help with the game. You also get a dry erase marker to keep up with things.
So we are going to play a few rounds of the game so you can just get a little taste of what it plays like. We had a dice somewhere. There it is. Okay, so we're going to choose our game pieces. I'm going to be the hammer. I don't know where that is. What's the hammer? And what did you choose?
I'm going to go camping.
Camping or a Red Cross trailer. It can be whatever you want your imagination to be. Okay. So I will let you. Oh, and one of the parts of the game, one of the rules of the game, is that whoever is wearing the most Red Cross paraphernalia gets to go first. And since he has his ID badge on and I have nothing, you get to go first.
A 3.
3. Awesome. Got a preparedness card. And if you'll notice, the preparedness cards are all at the front of the game because before you get going on your deployment, you always have to be prepared.
And what my question is, what credentials may be needed on a deployment? And along with other things, you will have to be disaster assessment trained. You will have to have your Red Cross ID. You will also more than likely need to have your state issued ID to prove that it's actually you that's on your ID to be able to access some areas.
I did that. So, since I agree with his answer, I'm going to lay down my Open Highways card, noting that I agree, and he will get a piece of his go bag. So we'll pick up, what did you pick up?
I picked up a flashlight.
Picked up the flashlight, and he's going to stick it right there in his go bag. And he will win the game once he collects every piece. Okay. And I get a 4. Okay, 1, 2. Are shorts and t-shirts suitable clothing for DA workers? You're going to want to have long pants on, and you're going to have sturdy sneakers, and t-shirts are okay. So probably not shorts, but t-shirts are okay. That's my answer.
And I'm going to agree with her on that.
Wonderful. So I get a piece. And I'm going to pick my vest for the first thing in my go bag. Go ahead and roll that die.
And I got a 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Which one did you get?
I got a knowledge card.
A knowledge card. Light bulb.
The front of a 3-story business building has collapsed. How do you assess it? Being it's a 3-story business, the business itself would not be assessed, but the upper 2 stories may have apartments in it depending upon the community you're in. So you would want to assess that as a possible living space of 2 apartments.
Woohoo! I would agree with that. I'm going to give him an open highways card, and he gets a piece of his DA bag.
And I'm gonna pick the ID.
Awesome. 3. So I landed on the camera. So I'm going to pick up a random camera card. And I've got damage from what it looks like a thunderstorm. Each card has what type of disaster the damage is from. This tree looks to be not affecting the home. If I was doing a drive-by, I would assess that this home was just affected. Just from this angle, I don't see how it's penetrating the home at all. And looking at my pocket guide, there's damage to the landscaping, down trees, but someone could still get into the home. As teams are playing, they can all make an assessment themselves, and they can use this to make a judgment and mark on it with the expo mark.
At the end of the game, when you get to this point, if you've not received all 9 items in your go bag, you're turned back until you're able to get all the 9 items to your go bag, and then you can move forward back to home. This game is made to encourage conversation between players as a learning benefit to everybody involved. So you know, don't be afraid to say, what about this, what about that, and voice the differences in what you may see in the pictures and of the answers. If at the end of the round you find that the teams don't come to a consensus answer, it's a good place to take a question to your leadership and find out exactly what the right answer would be for that question. You will have to be damage assessment trained.
Disaster assessment.
That's what I said.
Cut it off. I don't know.
Another piece.
I'm gonna pick a water bottle. Gotta stay hydrated.
Hold on. Whoa, whoa, whoa.